Someone that I found this week was Jay Shetty. One is balance only comes when you go from one extreme to the other. You know, there's extreme of sleeping all day, and then there's the extreme of partying and ruining your life. But in order to know what's best for you, you kind of have to go to both extremes. And at some point in our life, we do that. Personally, I was always like the don't talk back, really good student. Just whatever I was handed, I just had to be appreciative, and I never gave my opinion. I went to the other extreme, which was just like reckless, partying, drinking, all that stuff. And right now I'm in the balance field, but it's like a boat. It's not very steady. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm there. I'm riding the wave in the balance. So that's where I'm at personally. Another thing that really intrigued me that he said was the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is for people who are not present. So if you heard my talk about my mom and how she passed away and how I felt like I wasn't present and I wasn't really there, and I thought that it was super important for me to share with others because I don't want anyone to feel that way. So the first thing is 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. Will help you and allow you to keep the memory of something positive alive. It's very easy for us to really dive into and have clear memory of negative things that have happened in our life. Like I'm experiencing that right now. So when something positive is happening, you should apply those things because you want to also remember. We tend to celebrate things just like one day. It's your birthday, 1 day celebration. You got married, 1 day celebration. But then things like a breakup, it'll last forever. So we dwell on these things for so long, yet when we have something good going on, we only celebrate it for a quick moment. So by following those rules, it will allow you to be present and will allow you to celebrate it for a longer time. I've also been listening to his audiobook as well as his lives on Instagram of Dr. Daniel Amen. Well, one, he has a book called The End of Mental Illness. So if you're interested in reading that, I suggest it. I'm currently listening to the audiobook. Then he talked about something when you're having a panic attack or if you're having anxiety or if someone is talking bad about you. For instance, if someone is saying, I don't know, something mean about me, I will first, and it's upsetting me, I could first ask myself, is it true? Second question, is it really true? Third question, how do you feel when you believe the thought? Fourth question, how would you feel without that thought? And then the fifth question, turn the original thought to the opposite. So if someone is saying Stephanie is lost and confused, I would turn that into the opposite and I would say Stephanie is found and clear, mentality wise. So that's a couple of things that we can apply whenever something that someone has said has really upset us or is bothering us internally. We can ask ourselves those questions and allow our mind to actually process and work through it rather than just get stuck on it. Okay, this one I absolutely loved, which was talking about depression and especially people who have a lot of trouble waking up in the morning. For instance, 2 things. For instance, like to wake up late. I hate mornings, and it's not just because it's hard for me to get out of bed, but it's like I physically can't function that early in the morning. It's torture for me. It's extremely hard. I kind of force myself to try to go back to sleep, which is crazy. It's like I don't want to face my world or my life, or I have thoughts of just moments that I'm really upset with and I get stuck on them. But he talks about how you just have to get up. So once you get up, your blood flow starts flowing, you start moving, other things are catching your attention. So you don't allow that part of your brain to like dig you deep into depression or into making it more difficult to wake up. So for anyone who struggles waking up, as soon as you open your eyes, get up, get moving. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it with those 2 people. I did learn a little bit about some other people, but I will share them next week because I want to dig deeper into them. But definitely Jay Shetty and Dr. Daniel Amen are going to be someone who I will consistently keep checking on for more information. All right, so as I sip some of my kombucha and I wear my therapist sweater. How am I doing? This is a big change for anyone, even for people who work from home. Like most of my work is from home, yet it's affecting me on just not being able to just step into a park or go for a walk or human interaction. And then the thing is, I'm also not someone who seeks human interaction, but to see people's reaction to their body, I am someone very in touch with people's body language. So to realize, like, if I'm walking, people go like this, and and initially, because our brain is not used to it, we think, oh my God, they don't like us, or we did something, or something's on me, or I look funny, or you think about the negative things. Yet the reason why they're pushing themselves away from you is because we have this huge rule of 6 feet apart, and that's all new to our brains. So our brains have to adjust to this. So having a conversation and then not being able to see someone's mouth move, like normal things, because everyone's covered, and people are waiting in lines to go do basic things like grocery shopping, and you can tell people are tired and stressed and they're having to wait in line, and then like all of those things just get to you. So it's been a lot. I felt it this week. I felt the isolation this week, and I also felt the not feeling as creative as I tend to feel, because I get a lot of inspiration by being out and going out and doing things and talking to people and watching people. And now it's like just me. So it's like, how do I find this inspiration within myself? And how do I create content? And how do I grow? And how do I grow my platform? So I caught myself being like super negative about every single thing I was talking about. So I started telling myself, okay, for every con that you have a pro. Like, say something. Okay, so a con is that you're really, like, you're truly stuck at home, that you're not feeling as creative, that blah, 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 whatever. And then my pro was, okay, but you have this time to educate yourself and to listen to people that are much smarter than you and wiser than you. So that's a pro. Like, you're kind of forced to do this because you have, 1, the time, 2, you're interested in it, and this is the time kind of to make mistake. It's also a time when a lot of people, and this is something that Alex shared with me, was that right now it's a time where a lot of people are on their platforms, either YouTube, Instagram. So if you have a talent, or if you have something to say, a lot more than ever, people are listening now. So those are some pros to all my cons, which again, I'm just trying to tell myself so I don't just dig myself deep into a hole. So that's kind of where I'm at. All right, so like always, stay wild, stay wanderless, and stay weird. I'll catch you next week. I'm thinking, going back to my insanity CDs.
Does my behavior get me what I want?
What? That sounds cool. What are you talking about?